I was so blessed to know this person. On and off, this person will share with me who is this person that buying this land, or share with me Kang Tao, we call it Hokkien, or we call it Kang Tao lah. So this person is very, very kind, very, very good person. Alright, so you all want to know who is this person or not? Our next sharer.
Hey, move in front.
Sorry?
Move in front.
Okay, and of course, some of y'all sitting at the back one, don't worry, we are salesperson. We won't bite you. Please try to sit in front so that you can, be on the top place. First class, business class. Come, who want to sit at the business class one? Your seat behind is considered economy class, You sit in front, you see? Our friend here sit in front, which is business class. You all start to sit in front, I can guarantee to you, next year, you all go travel, you all should be sitting at the business class already. First class sit here already. First class, okay? Alright, so without further ado, please welcome Danny Gunn.
Hi, hello. It is quite a challenging moment for me because this is 2 p.m., especially after lunchtime. But I think the dancing will going to happen after 1 hour later, not now. And now you all still still okay. So, Penang side is over here, right? Penang, eight of yours. Johor side? 5 of you. Okay, so today I purposely prepared something for Penang and Johor. Yeah, also, KL, I also put in certain extra territory for you to go through later on as well. Yeah. Later on, I will show you around. So, without further ado, just go through the slide. So this is Danny. I was with Holiday Tours as a travel counselor and account manager for 10 years. So I do have colleagues in Johor and also Penang. So it's kind of very similar. So fast forward, I joined Zareen Properties for 6 years, and also Pronex 2019 until now. So for me presently, I've been in the industry for 12 years. But the moment I really learned about industry is actually from 2017. I learned from 2017 until 2019, I do nothing usually. The reason being because I know my limitation, because at that point of time, I'm handling office building in house. So for me to travel from PLCC to Auckland, it took me about 1 hour. So it's impossible. But for me, it's a learning stage for the 2 years, whereby I will drive by to the industrial park during the weekend, to move around the surrounding the area, to understand who are the users in the respective area. Not just about Klang Valley. I also moved to Malacca, Kepola. I moved to Malacca, I moved to Johor and Penang as well. So it's a fun learning experience. So at the moment I step into the industry, I focus a lot into logistic segment. So logistic, as you know, is dealing with the logistic player in third-party logistic, in last mile delivery, in all this trading company. So I also pay attention into food manufacturing, because if you all know, in the FMM, food manufacturing is actually one of the largest component, more than half. If you happen to have FMM data, you can go through. So food and pharmaceutical, medical, actually they are together. So if you can do food, you can do pharmaceutical. It's all food grade in a way. Okay. Then of course the office space segment, I'm still keeping on it. working closely with the team. So mainly I'm working on the business processing outsourcing and shared services, because this guy, the IT services, they would like to expand from 30 to 50 to 100 workstations easier than the lawyer firm and also the accounting firm, because their business is more like logistic, it's a scalable. So for me right now, I'm focusing more into corporate account portfolio management. Just I have worked with Herman also. So yeah, he asked me what do I focusing as of now. So actually I'm working on portfolio management, whereby if there are certain customer fall under you, they are a corporation. They do have a bunch of portfolio from residential, commercial, industrial land. Maybe they have 10 assets. Yes, please bring it forward and then talk to your team leader, and also pass it out and book with respective teammate to taking care of this corporate account, because this account, since you already get to know them, why not you do their another asset class in investment or divestment or leasing? Like I know William, you're good at that because you're in a private banker, right? Private banker. So private banker, he get to know a lot of clients from high net worth individual, from developer, Tan Sri, Tato. So for him, he understands. He just have to stick with the account that he served before, just expand the portfolio. There you go. Then he can do a lot of things which he already good at. So let's just say, for example, some of you might be a sales engineer or sales engineer in a certain multinational. Likelihood you can also make use of your connection. For example, you are in aerospace, you're in a banking line, oil and gas. So for sure you understand the industry a lot better than us. Can anyone show a hand? You are from sales, multinational sales before? Anyone of you? Certainly to raise up. Anyone? Multinational sales department or procurement department? Tara, cannot be one. There must be some. Okay. So yeah, this is the point I want to bring. Okay. These are the client base that we are serving. So from industry, let's just say for Taichung Yinhang, it's a Taichung commercial bank. I'm helping the Taichung commercial bank to branch out about 3 centers from KLCC to Sabah and also to Penang. So they are still with us, and then we are helping them to do a stay or go of analysis, whereby they wanted to continue to rent or to buy a unit to shift over. So this is one of the corporate account. So HIS also is a Japan travel management company. If anyone of you from a Japanese MNC, you will know them. So they are also having a lot of clients that we can work with. Because this guy is a travel management company, same like what we are doing, holiday tours. They have the most Japanese multinational client with them. So this is something that I want to let you to see how you can extend your portfolio further from what you already have without doing extra. So part 1, valuation on industrial. So today I will cover about four components. This is one of the most heavy one. So I hope you guys can stay with me, okay? So what sort of component will affect valuation in industrial? Johor. What do you think about what sort of component, the most important one, or top 3 important? Yeah, maybe we have a discussion. Supply and demand. So how are current Johor scenario? Which area having a lot of supply? Which area having a lot of demand? Or no supply? That's why you come here. That's why you come here. Actually not far. I also travel to Johor quite a lot. Day trade also I can do. Yeah. But I think for Kulai you have a lot of supply, right? Kulai side you have more supply. Other than that, Indah Putra, Kulai, SSC a little bit, SILC not many. BTP don't have BTP. Pasir Gudang lagi tak ada, right? Pasir Gudang. So supply demand. What else? What are important? Second most important. We have a discussion. Open to the floor. Anything important that you think the most top 3 important? Trust team. Infrastructure. Yes. Infrastructure. Yes. Yeah. How do you define infrastructure? Nearby highway, water, internet, gas line. Yeah. Port facility. So where is your focusing area? Kajang. So which area is less infrastructure compared to what you are doing now? Less infrastructure, less. That means if Kajang is good enough, what other area are still upcoming? Which infrastructure is still lagging behind? Samenge. Yeah. So this is of course, infrastructure will also impact the selling price also, right? So what's the pricing gap between Samenge and Kajang? Can you tell? The gap.
Factory can be Kajang is 6 million, Samenge 3 million.
Big gap, you see. So Johor, infrastructure good area and not so good area can variance how much? Let's say Eco Business Park in Daputra compared to those further a little bit. 500 to 300, so that means also 40%. Yeah. So can you see the importance about the infrastructure, how impactful it's going to be in your property? So actually, another one I want to highlight is about the interest also. Do you think interest is important? Interest rate. Yeah, interest rate will directly impact your buyer and seller. Mainly will be buyer. Your buyer affordability. Yeah, the interest. So as an investor, if you want to purchase a factory in any form, what is your ideal interest? No, what is your ideal yield that you're going to have it? Can anyone tell? Yield. Penang team. What is the ideal yield? Achievable one, not those. How many percent? Usually it's about the interest rate plus 1 to 1.5%. Interest. You need some headroom, right? So this is the important about because this also will directly impact your valuation pricing also when you do a income method valuation. So these are all very important component. Just when you go and see a property, you have to see from different perspective so that you have an overall understanding. Okay, so you can use this in investment. Investment means you buy something for investment. Divestment means the corporation wanted to sell something to cash out. Merger acquisition is more in the business. There will be a valuation method also, reporting, and also risk assessment. So this is one of the valuation list that is having with Amanah Raya. So you guys can also Google Amanah Raya to check out their method of valuation. This is the method of valuation. The reason why you need to understand the method of valuation is in what sort of property you can use what sort of a valuation method so that you can define the best possible pricing and talk to the seller, talk to the buyer. So you have hotel here. Hotel is comparison investment. You have university and school, college investment. You have shopping mall. It's more on the income approach, discounted cash flow. So you have also another industrial facility. This is investment. So these are the valuation method. These are all open information where you can have it from REITs report. Just Google. Later I'll show you. So there are how many valuation method in the market? How many? 3. So what are the usual one you guys will be having. Comparison. Anyone know how to do cost approach? Maybe from here. Cost approach. Cost approach is basically a land cost plus a construction cost. Cost approach, because there will be certain asset you couldn't have an income approach. For example, incineration area. Coffee shop you cannot do valuation. You hardly to have it one, so you can use a cost approach. So those are like very hard to define from the income one. You usually use a cost approach, or customization of a factory. You can use a cost approach. So income approach, very simple. All your income minus all your expenses, and then times 12 months, and then divided by the yield that you're looking for. It could be 4, 5, 6%. Then you can get the market capitalization of the property. So this is the main three valuation that we are using. So where do you get the comparison approach? This is bricks. Bricks is quite simple. I mean, you have one of the things that I like bricks, which CY also brought me a lot, because bricks able to pull the surrounding, not just about the Jalan Gangsa. It could pull Jalan Tembaga, Jalan Emas. So it's a very quick access. You can pull the whole Taman pricing into this. As compared you use JBPH or Data Sense, it's by Jalan, but this is by the whole Taman. So this is quite useful, and you do not have the seller and buyer's name, so it's easier. And what is more important is that the buyer, sometimes they do not trust about what you already show them. They can purchase a report from bricks, so it's all open, so they can justify it. Some of the buyer told us about this. How am I going to trust that this is something that is justifiable? You can purchase that, go and buy that. So you can buy it. So for comparison approach, usually is happening into those link factory and semi factory, because when a developer they build 20, 40, 50 units, so it's quite related. So this is the semi-D factory. So again, you see the address, not just about PL, so you can Kawasan, Lekas 18, some other, they will look all together. And usually they will categorize in a project name, so it's easier for you to pull through. So this is the Lekas 18. Okay, this is more something that I want to emphasize. This is income approach. So maybe you want to try to calculate by using your calculator how you derive. Let's just say a monthly rental of 47,000. What is the market cap? So can you do a calculation according to? I mean, just use your calculator. I mean your phone calculator. So you can type in 46,812.8 times 12 months, and then minus off some of the work area and also maintenance costs. You get this much, about 393. So if you divided by this amount divided by 0.045, you'll get this much of valuation. This is 4.5. Of course, 4.5 is good for buyer, not so good for the seller. So usually you have to have it for two versions. 4.5% is to the buyer, and then 5 to 6% to the seller. So there's a gap for you to negotiate in between. Let's just say that, for example. So this is income approach, usually apply into those detached factory or detached warehouse or multi-story warehouse. This is quite straightforward. So this is a cost approach. I want to enlarge a little bit. you have to pay attention into the bottom part here. So, renovation. Further down, all the way to the bottom. Okay, so as you can see, there are two components. One component is the land value. The other component is further down.
No more already. No
Already.
more.
Okay, this is land value. Next page. Yeah. So this is the construction cost. So the land area times the land cost times the land area plus the construction cost, add up together, you get about this much. So it's about 9.9 million. So usually in the eyes of a valuer, they will have two methods of the valuation, and they will apply whichever is more higher one usually. Usually the investment method prevail. Investment method is more sensible investment. So this is a construction cost of industrial for different types of the property, from light to heavy to single owner to owner operated. So you can tell from here the pricing is around between 150 to 200 in a range. So this is the costing for industrial property in KL and Selangor. Usually they're sharing the same costing. So the building cost and also the M&E cost together about this range. So generally the costing is between 150 to 200. It depends what sort of building type that you're having. So this is the summary. So you can gauge by using about 150 to some are 120, 130. So those are more simple one, like light duty, flatted factory. But this is usually those the brick wall is like less than 10 feet. Not full brick wall. Full brick wall usually is more on heavy duty. So they are owner operated. I'll show you how it looks like. So this is the one with a lot of steel structure. I mean the panel, the wall, the concrete wall structure is lesser. So in view of this, the costing of this building is usually cheaper compared to those full brick wall. These are more heavier. This one I checked with one of the architect who built this laboratory warehouse. The costing in 2023 without the land cost is about 200 ringgit for this per square foot. Right? Verify about 200 per square foot. This is a building in Bukit Raja. It's called Big Dutchman. So Big Dutchman, this is owner operated. As you can see, they built a lot of wall panel for landscaping, for design, this and that. So multinational lah, ului lah, they can spend So usually higher lah, this sort of building. So you can tell by the building outlook and also the material they're being input. That's how it is. So I also prepare the mapping. This is only the Klang Valley mapping, whereby you can have the land cost transaction record over here. So later on you can, I think you can have it. You can take a photo for this, and then you can download. So one is the land use, the other one is the land cost. Although it's a bit backdated, but it's still relevant one. At least you have something to start from. This apply into Klang Valley mainly lah. I do not have the Johor version and Penang version. Maybe you will want to share the resources in future. So you have bricks, and we have also anyone of you has using VCom Pro or PM Pro? Anyone of you? Not many, JB Penang, do you all using PM Pro or VCom Pro? So what sort of system do you using to check the owner's name, transaction, this and that? Data sense, but nowadays data sense is quite restrictive, right? I mean, you have to limit user and the owner's name. Sometime from now on already, you couldn't find any transaction in terms of names.
Maybe you show them later. Show them later.
I'll show them later. So this is called VCOM Pro. Any of you who are interested, just talk to negotiator department. I think they have it. So this one apply to all states, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think all states. So this is Penang one. So I pull Penang. So this is a little bit. This is I consider a quite professional version whereby you can select all the Penang. Let's say for example, this Penang property. Select, and then click valuation working. You get this sort of so-called adjustment table. Yeah, you can do some adjustment from here. You can even do adjustment for, let's just say the facing is facing high tension cable, or the lane shape is a trapezium, or the leasehold less 30 years. You can do some adjustment from here. So this is quite a pro version, I would say. So this is for VCOM Pro, and this is Johor Bahru. So Johor Bahru is here. So Johor Bahru Industrial, and then these are all the transaction. And once you pull you can pull out from Excel data. So these are the buyer seller's name. This is the important part. This is a vendor data. Data is a dead one, so it's raw data. How are you going to make use of the data is very important. So Alex, how are you going to use it for this data, given you have all this information? What is the best in use? What would you do with the data? Okay, so by knowing their expiration date, what can you do with it? Just brainstorm a little bit. Let's say, for example, the 50,000 rental, 50,000 rental. How much of the property? How much in terms of a property that this guy, by paying 50,000 a month, that he can afford to purchase? In what value? How much? You times 200 easy. Times 200. That's a quick formula. 10 million. 10 million. So you can actually spot from here, So you can spot from here. Let's just say you have a 10 million property in Johor. So you can talk to those people who are already paying 50,000 because they can afford already. This is one of the way on how you're going to use the data in the upper hand. So this is because you must know the installment, the installment, the interest, the probability. So this is one way. Another way, you can have it for expiration date. What can you do with the expiration date? Aman? No, what can you do with the expiration date? Expiration date.
Call up for renewal.
By in advance, how many months you should already reach out them?
3 months to 6 months.
I think 6 to 1 year. 6 months to 1 year. 6 months a little bit tight. Especially they have so many machinery and a worker to taking care of it. So actually data is important, but how you going to use the data to the maximum is more important. So I hope you all can have a takeaway and then start in your GTA. Because this apply to all, not just about industrial. You can have it in housing, for shop lot, for any form, not just about industrial. This apply to everything. And another thing interesting that I think of, maybe the person who just get renewal, once they get renewal, they feel secure. Can you approach them to sell them something? I don't know. I just throw it to you all to think about it. And maybe it could be happen one out of 20. There's one. So I do not have the information for Johor Penang, but this is mainly for Selangor. So leasehold renewal, I just get a quick formula, so it's very straightforward. So this is for industrial and also commercial, not residential is 1/3, basically is 1/3. 10 years is how many percent? That 100 years? 25%. So commercial industrial is 3 times. So you can have a quick ratio of every 10 years, 7.5%, and 100 years will be 75%. This is a quick number for you all. So for more information, you can usually check from the PDG. More information, just check from PDG. You can take a photo. I also know. Oh, sorry. Like, okay. This is a chart for different states. Can you see a very important list term options? I found this list term is very interesting. This list term. I think in Penang 60 years quite normal, right? Are we quite normal in Selangor having 60 years? Usually New Village, Singchun, Hualan Singchun, Malay, Kampung Melayu, New Village, Chinese New Village, you have 60 years. But in industrial, 60 years in Selangor, not many one. What the point I want to make is that if, like Johor also, a lot of 60 years, right? So let's just say a Johorian come to Selangor and buy something, most likely he can tolerate with leasehold less than 60 years. Can I say that? Because they already get used to it. So this is different point of view because we have different states. So I find this is quite interesting to share with all of you. And usually for Sarawak, mainly it would be leasehold. So to Sarawak, freehold is something that they hardly heard of because all their land will be leasehold. So this is some of the summary there for your consumption. So next we are moving to this cost planning process. So land cost. How are you going to divide the land cost? This is the land cost between South Klang Valley Expressway from Pelakong all the way to Westport. So it derives all the land costs in different industrial park in terms of different time horizon over 15 years. So if you have this chart, of course this you have to do some homework. You have to put out the data from the transition report and then do it in a yearly basis. Then you have all this. So we have SKVE, Siu Kajang. As you can see, the pricing going up a lot during 2015 onwards. The pricing is like double. Yeah. Okay. Here. Yeah. So this is a new highway that you also have to pay attention. The other day I just used the WC entry point from Bantin. It took me about 25 minutes to get to Banda Botanic Klang. About 30 over kilometers. Yeah, the new highway. Because this new highway, 300 kilometers will lead you from Bantin, and there will be about 5 to 6 highways that you can get through all the way to Taiping without going through the North-South Express Highway. So this, in view of this, the pricing also go up quite significant. So this is the land cost. So you can also do some analysis into your GTA area if need be. So this is what you have for the Ho Ching Sun map. That just now you snap one. You can have it over here. So the land cost, these are the land costs, and the land ownership name is here. the land ownership name is here. No, that's more important. But if you have an Epic, Epic Edge, Epic, you can also have this sort of information. Where Epic is, if I'm not mistaken, is for all the whole Malaysia also, right? Epic, yeah. They do a similar effect. You can check it out from there. And I personally find the cost is not expensive, right? Epic, how much per year? No. 400 plus, right? And the user interface to run through the interface is quite smooth compared to data science. I'm not saying data science is quite tedious, the loading speed. Used before, Epic, yeah, faster than data science. So fast, same. So this is another method, just bringing up. This is more for land development, land cost, especially for developer to build an industrial park when they purchase a big land. So this is the land cost usually they want to acquire 10 to 20%. So this is a framework. This is one of the scenario. Let's just say for 20 acres of an industrial land project, per square feet about 400 ringgit, you get this much of 210 million of GDV example. So usually the land will be sold at about 20%, 50 to 20% of the land cost. So which is about 20% construction cost, about 42 million, 20%. Because usually the developer, they will do different case scenario in terms of the land acquisition cost from 15% to 20%, some even 10%. But 15 to 20 is considered quite generous really. So this is some of the key highlights for the residual method for development land. So again, for all the information from here are derived from valuation report this is from Axis. So the investment method in terms of the justification, this is the yield that they are looking for. So all this you can learn from, later I will show you, you can have it later. So this is comparison in terms of pricing, in terms of the per square feet build up cost. The cost method again, they will use land cost and also construction cost in terms of man-floor area and also build up area, and some of the depreciation costs as well. So all this, if you pay attention and go through it, you're familiar. Okay. Highest and best use. Anyone heard of this highest and best use before? So highest and best use is actually turned into a product from, for example, do you see any of the factory turn into become a sports center? Something like that. Or do you see a pickleball? Yes, pickleball is so hot. Petrol station turn into a restaurant in Old Glen Road. So what can you see from here? Let's just say you have a petrol station land in a popular area. You will not just talk to the petrol station player. You can also talk to the food operator. So you have more audience you can talk to. So these are so-called highest and best use. So you have to think this property, what is the highest possible form it can be achieved. Then you talk to a prospect. Then your audience is wider. You are not just talking to just about stereotype of a player. So this report, you can actually, this is a Axis valuation, Axis REITs report, 2024. Usually I will pay attention to two segments, the investment review and also the property market overview review, these two. Okay. By the way, it's about 300 pages. So it is important for you to go through because whatever you are looking for is all there already. the whole Malaysia market, including Penang and Johor as well. So from here you can learn literally at least 69 properties in different regions in terms of their usage, from manufacturing facility to logistic to hypermarket to different form from here. So this is the investment review. By the way, the investment review, it shows you the building that they have acquired for 2024. So this is, they have acquired Bukit Raja warehouse with 313 million, and also a Westport facility in Block Indah for 105.8 million, and also Batu Cave. So these are the investment highlight that you might want to pay attention on how are they going to structure the deal, because you can pull the report from Bursa announcement to learn the deal structuring. Later I will show you where to get. Okay, so we are in valuation in industrial, right? So this is one of the valuation assignment that we did for one of the listed company. So I just show you how I did for this company. So usually I will show them the sale price transaction, latest pricing and surrounding, recent transaction, and also cap rate. Cap rate usually is called triple net yield. Triple net yield, it means you minus off your insurance, tax, and maintenance. So this is one of the things that I pulled out from the transaction data. So to show them the per square feet and also quantum, how much? Basically quantum, I show them quantum. Okay, in the surrounding. This property is at the Shah Alam, so I did it for Shah Alam. Okay, this is sale. This all these transaction, this revaluation info you can derive from the annual report. So I pull the annual report, surrounding annual report. This is from Atrium, also surrounding report. I pull. And also the renter, the surrounding renter, I also pull through and show them the report in terms of the Shah Alam renter range, highlight the source, and also the cap rate, and forward to the company to do some decision making, because this is a justification to send to a listed company for them to forward to their headquarters for assessment. So this is one of the method I'm using. So this is the letter that attention to the seller, together with this justification. Okay, so maybe just a 3 minutes, a quick discussion between your left hand side. What you have, what do you think we have this section? How would you do differently in future? And what is the biggest takeaway from SBC? 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay, got team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4. Okay, what's the biggest takeaway by numbers?
Abby.
Okay, some of you all haven't attended, you just forget about what I say. Okay, if you haven't attended, please join us next month. We'll call you. Okay, I start to share now. And later the lucky one will pick someone to come out on stage. Share. I will pick someone to come out on stage. Actually, I think this is a very good session. You know why? Because some agents say that, hey, why should I come to this? I can attend the Zoom only. But I say, it's better you come and experience yourself, the real sharing. Hello, hi, everyone. Let me share. Some of you attend the Zoom, you think it's very good, very convenient, but I can tell you that if you come here and attend by yourself, it's even better because you can ask and you can even do a role play. Okay, so is it important or not to attend personally in HQ? Okay, make sure you come later, also can go it for you here.
Those in the Zoom, you see, you never come, they so enjoy here.
Okay. I'll pick one from Penang, pick one from JB, pick one from KL. Okay, guys, are you ready or not? Good. What's your biggest takeaway? What have you actually learned throughout this session? Very important. What have you all learned? Anyone want to volunteer to come up on stage on? Who there or not? You are doing industrial, right? So industrial should be more daring, right? Now you are meeting CEO, you are meeting a lot of big shot people. So ask you to come on stage, you're so scared already. Then how to do? How to do? Challenge yourself. Actually, I'm also afraid because it's my first time on stage. You all believe or not? Really what?
No.
我俾人擺上台 today. Oh, suddenly I come and attend who don't become MC, you see. But I can do it because why? I also want to challenge myself. Right now. Okay? So don't worry, don't be afraid. Challenge yourself. Try your best. Come, because we are here to learn, okay? Don't just sit and watch it. Do you know that as an MC, we are afraid of what now? People,
No restaurant.
everyone keep quiet only. That we will be more afraid. It's like talking to the wall, you know? You don't talk to the wall, right? You talk to human, right? So we should interact more. Okay or not? Come, one person. If not, I will pick already. Okay, good. See? Come. The first one. Music, no music, no. Okay, ta-da! Okay, come.
Okay, my name is William. Thank you, Danny, for giving me this chance to learn from you. He's such a very busy people. And he tried to text me when I'm very busy here. So he tried to help a lot. So the first thing is that this is the mini size of valuable version. I've been studying this before, but I used 2 semesters to study.
Right.
You use it within half an hour, right? Really chunky, but you already summarized the whole thing. Okay, so thank you, appreciate. Now, secondly is if I do right in future, perhaps I will suggest a case study. much more easier. This is what I think. Like this early morning, I learned from Gafat, Mr. Gafat, with Gafat. Yes, his case study really impressed, and then we can know he actually do which industry, which land. In future, we can know who to co-broke and which area to co-broke with him. So this is, I think, this is my little humble opinion to you. So my biggest takeaway is that, as an industry people, you need to study a lot. My biggest takeaway is that you learn from annual report, the exist annual report. I know something from the reads, and I read it, but I never interpret some like you how you interpret it. So this is what my biggest takeaway. Really appreciate Danica. Thank you.
So many appreciate. Oh. Good, okay, who will be the next one? Come on. The next one to come out. If not, I will pick already.
You pick.
I pick. Okay, I'll pick. I should pick Penang. Patrick, come up. Come up. What you actually learn? Right, okay, come. First time, come up. Okay. Good.
Actually, before that, I'm covering for the commercial one. This is my first time to learn the industrial. But actually, for the valuation dissection, very blur for me. This is a new knowledge for me. So just now I sitting there, just take photo, and then maybe need some time to digest. So maybe need some senior to guide me lah. This is the bigger takeaway is I think we have to learn more market information lah. Because the market information is very important for us.
Later I will tell you a story because of market information I lost the deal, okay?
Okay, so biggest takeaway means that you learn something throughout this morning session. That's called biggest takeaway. So make sure for me is what I'll do is I will normally, whatever that I learn, right, I will write down. Okay, and remember, although some of us, we are still new, we are still blur, okay, try to write down and understand. Because doing property, in order to do well in a property, you have to really go all very deep, go in. That's what makes you become a special. Then people will come and look for you. They don't have to look for other people because they know that you are the expertise, you are the specialist of your segment, or or maybe you are the GTA, so they'll come and look for you. So it's very important. Okay? So who will be the next one to come up to share? I pick again.
Yes.
I pick again.
Johor.
Johor. Anyone? Where's Alex? Alex, come now. Okay, Alex, I see people work for you. Come.
Hello. Okay, for this valuation report, although I in industry sector for 6 years, for valuation, this I really is first time to know and listen now. And the biggest takeaway I really want to share is just now the graph for the construction cost, everything. Got one page one. That one to me is, because normally we will propose a lot of lands to the builders, but we don't know really what is their costing percentage, everything. They need to 需要用到的I need to apply use so that this is what I take away from this if normally the different for future I can talk with them more clearly know what they really need then more easier to click with them. That's all. Thank you.
Where's your GTA?
My GTA in Senai, Johor, near the airport. Near Silong. Silong and Senai in Johor.
Right.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, do you have extra time or not before we go to the next? We have extra time. You have extra time? Okay, another one please. Anyone from HQ? Come. Anyone from HQ? Come. Nothing to be afraid lah. Come. You laugh at me. Come. Not laugh at me, you smile, sorry. Correct me. You smile, okay, come on. Come and share a bit. Okay. Hey, come, you all put, give your hands for. Okay.
Okay. I just started in industrial last August, so a few months old baby. Okay, about the valuation report. So what I did is just send to banker and check value. Yeah, this is what I did. But after listening to what you say, I see that I can do more, deeper. And then, why do you think we have this session? Oh, okay. Excuse me, very kanjong.
No, it's not really. Like just now you learned about Kajang and Semangat, what is the price gap?
The price gap is 一倍啦，
一倍哦。
一倍啊，对对对对对
Yeah.
because of the infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
So, but even though the infrastructure is not that good yet, but still people buy it because of the price. It's
Yeah.
cheaper,
Yeah.
but they get the same size or even bigger. Okay, so how do I do it different in future? The other approach that you show us just now, the tree approach. So everything you shared just now is quite blurred to me, but I believe this is my first time, and I think it's a very good because it's first time, second round. I think I can know more. Okay, what is my biggest takeaway? This one very good. Okay, 我觉得是活到老学到老啦。And I can see the journey. The way is still very long. So it gives me a lot of how to say excitement to that mean that I have many things to continue to learn. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, very good. Very good for the time also. Okay, anyone else or not? Come. Anyone else? Ryan Chung, come. Just pick one. You just keep quiet. Just pick one. You know. Come. What you actually learn or you follow here? Okay.
Actually, I'm quite new in industry also. I started since last year. And then why we have this section, I think it's because of company treat us very good. Sends all the pro to teach us newbie to become professional in industry. And then I will do differently in what we have learned today, and of course many more to learn from Danny. Actually the calculation actually it's quite blur but actually it's that is a must, to improve in this line. Then there will be more professional. Then people will find for me. Okay, anyway, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for our last sharer. So we shall have a 5 minutes break and come back again. Danny will continue another session with us, right? Yeah. Okay, so 5 minutes break. If you are blurred, now is the time for you to ask. Okay, 5 minutes for you to ask. Then later ask again. Ask and ask. Okay.
This is an express version. Of course, we will be blurred.
Yeah.
But it's fine. You have the framework, but
It's
you
okay.
go back
Right?
and check
Yeah.
later on.
We all go to other course also blur one. 还不要买这个啊。但是你要做推价来。你要有什么东西，你要我 prepare 是吧？
你的那个价，现在好像阿双讲想要下来，如果要下来的话，你要拿2间房的那个。
是啊，小也是要下来。啊
他如果要的话，你要拿2间房的。
OK 啊，
我知道他，我不会买。我在想，我是想要礼拜天晚上呢，还是8点早上？
晚上啦，我看。
那礼拜天晚上我要特地住一晚，我就不要了。
不用紧啊，我的有位吗？有。
没有住出去吗
？OK 的 ，OK， 表示到。Okay, come on, everyone, let's do it. Music.
收钱。太嗨了，
他真的很适合做 MC 哦。
因为今天看这 MC 太少人，这 MC 有蛮多人，比较不同的感觉。
我选对人了。
我在想啊，因为我们的 XO 嘛，对不对？
I have to sit down first.
就好像 A4 size 的胶纸。然后如果
Those who see the toilet one, faster come in.
那个 industrial
Let's
是要
start.
放的嘛，比如放listing 啊，
Anyone outside one, you can call them to come in.
我们也在 listing 考虑然后 open listing maybe 可以考虑，但是大部分他们不要放。然后我们放出来，我没有就在问你这个可以做什么本应该丢的那一块，所以我们放 open listing 罢了咯，全世界都有的啦，差不多是这样好吗？你要提listing，人家就几个我不是design的，就是一个 listing 咯。因为我现在是把它这样，因为我不想他们来 drive， 我想要 drive， 就是我这一个衣服100块。
Okay.
如果是500块的，2个人。
Are you guys ready or not?
来去发出去。
Or you want to dance?
然后因为
No lah.
演唱服。
Nobody want to dance already, Or you all want to continue to be blur or not?
直接是那个表演呢，
See, at least you all are laughing. So I know that you all are around paying attention. Okay? So actually, you all can be blur is because you know that it's not easy to learn. Okay? So likewise, money not easy to earn. Right? So in order to survive in this market, you have to be different. You have to go extra mile to be successful. That's very important thing. Okay? Without further ado, of course, our speaker, Danny Gunn. Hey, no music. Dun, 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 sorry. Come. Danny Gunn, please welcome.
不用像我们3个的话，我们就不能放一样高，人他们3个就放一样高这里还有阿 Win 都有嘛。然后你们觉得在这里我还要
Alex, part 2 will be more detail in terms of the construction cost. That one is just part of it. So this one is more detail. That one is okay, it's okay. It's fine.
sharing 需要吗？还是我们在做 Facebook sharing so that 可以 drive 人家来到这里？就是人家来。
So usually, how long the construction will take place in a time horizon of 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 12 months, 6 months. Let's just say, for example, for 36 months usually for housing, housing, 36 months SPA, right? 36 month handover, right? But for let's just say for factory also 36 months also. 36 months upon signing SPA. But in this case, this is a purpose build usually. In purpose build, usually it will be 24 months in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor. In Selangor perspective, actually it's about 24 months. So how do you read this? How do you read this? Actually, this one apply to the whole Malaysia. So long as it's a monthly, you have this whiteboard. So from whiteboard here, you will know some certain very important information, such as the landowner. So let's just say you have a factory in the construction, you can already approach the owner. The owner is there already. Will the owner want to sell the existing factory before they move in or not? Is there a chance? So you must know how to use the information so that it's useful to you. And this property is there is a tenant in it already, so you know the tenant. Penyewa is here. This is penyewa. Okay. So project manager, architect, M&E consultant, and contractor. I find this useful particularly for, let's just say for example, you have a factory to build in a surrounding and you need some consultant to give you some information or quotation. These are the people you can talk to them because they are familiar with this area. Let's just say that for example. So this is a whiteboard, the information that you can make use. Okay. So for 24 months of a construction period, usually it will break into how many stages? 2, 3, 4. 4 stages. Okay. Usually, for stage 1 and stage 2, in terms of study the site, submit to the town council for building plan, Kementerian Merancang, or we call it development order, to sewerage IWK, to Air Selangor, the water department, to the sewerage department for Surat Sekonan, CNS, engineer doing the soil test, sewer, all this, and then architect proposed the building plan. M&E proposed the, M&E is the one who increase the power lah. Usually you have power issue in whatsoever area, you have to talk to the M&E people. M&E, you are the one who do the TNB submission to increase the power, and then the land surveyor, and then building plan submission. So this itself, stage 1, 2, architect, civil, M&E, landscape, all this 6 months for you to submit in is 6 months working period. For a builder to complete a building, usually it took them about 8 to 12 months. Certain China contractor can finish within 5 months. Certain you know lah. JB can, right? Yeah, but this will only apply into Selangor, because if it's in PDC, Penang, and also Kedah, you can start your work within 1 month. All the approval very fast. So our Selangor actually sometimes lose out to Penang and Kedah one. Johor, how many months submission? No, submission before construction. Submission fastest. With the JCOB, with the Menteri Besar, Sokongan, everything fastest. 6 months. But the CCC can be very fast sometimes. 8 months. 6 months. Because this one usually for CCC, most of the people will advise between 3 to 6 months. Usually it will be, this is 3 to 6 months, this is 3 to 6 months, and this is about 12 months. So it's 24 months. Fastest is 18 months in Selangor perspective. 14 months. I think Penang and Kedah can do faster, maybe 12 months. So in view of this, the investor sometimes in terms to meet the timeline, the construction period also will factor a decision making from the user perspective. So Selangor competitor is Penang and Kedah. The construction speed okay, right. So this is a flow chart. This is a flow chart to map out all these they incorporating into the project timeline. So this is something that at least you know by when they are doing what, the timeline. Yeah. So at this stage, everything is a submission stage. You get your KMDO, you get your the whiteboard up, no bantahan, all this before you can start the construction. Upon construction, you can start renting cheap first until CCC pricing go up. That's happening in JB Penang in Selangor. I think now it's the same thing. So before CCC, pricing could be cheaper, 20 cents, 30 cents. After CCC, go already. Okay, so the same thing. This is in KL, the costing. This is the costing in Johor. Actually, Johor costing and Selangor more or less the same. Not much of a difference. There's Johor, and this is Penang. Actually, Penang cheaper. Why? Why Penang cheaper? Near to the quarry, is it? Near to quarry. Your supply chain is more efficient, so cheaper. It could be that way, It's cheaper in Penang. This is in KK. Actually, KK and Kuching more expensive than Peninsula Malaysia. Okay. This is in Kuching. You see their Kuching one? Wow, 250 or wow. expensive. So this is a comparison between KL, Johor, Penang. So you see lah, let's say cheapest 1518, Johor 1518, same. Penang 13 to 16, cheap Penang. Then KK and also Kuching more expensive. These two. Actually, it's true. I talked to Stephanie from Sabah. The construction costs actually they are counting around 300 ringgit per square feet. Actually, it's 300 ringgit per square feet. I talked to them before. It's expensive. They call it occupation certificate OC. They call OC. Penang call what? Penang. See, same thing. Different, slightly different. So I also back out a little bit in terms of regional construction costs because I think this is useful. Reason being, the other day I met a fellow from China. He's mentioned our construction cost 120 is expensive. Say, Malaysia also expensive. And I checked whether is it true or not. So this is their construction cost in US per square meter. So it times 4.5. That's the pricing. But one thing for sure, the land cost in China is very competitive because they do have a lot of government promoted land, so they can get the land for cheap or very minimal cost. Compared to us, we are more expensive. So the most expensive, of course, is Hong Kong and Singapore. You can tell, so at least about 5 to 7 times compared to us. KL and Beijing cheaper than KL. Can you imagine it? Huh? Yeah. I mean the construction cost cheaper in China. I didn't know that until I do a research. But of course Chengdu is more expensive, Chongqing is more expensive. It could be the mountain area. Okay. So this is cheap, this is more expensive. So you can download the handbook from here. Just scan, you can scan. Actually quite interesting. You download the whole inside there are some other component is useful. 你可以读一读。同学。I'll skip here So I'll just do a case study about one of the proposal to a food manufacturing company. So this is the land that we being compiled from different location, and then map out all the land information with pricing, with tenure, with map, this and all that all together. You're familiar? Okay, so this is a land proposal. I compiled the land proposal, and then I also compiled the building proposal. All the buildings, surrounding building proposal. The subject matter is a food manufacturer looking for a land to build a 3-acre facility as a distribution center. So requirement is to have a wide entrance for the haulage in and out for delivery, things like that. Okay, so I did these two comparisons. This is one for land, this is one for building. Okay, and I also compiled the surrounding warehouse rental costing for them. This is the land. Yeah. Okay. So the subject prospect is looking for 3-acre land to purchase to build a food distribution center. Okay, this is subject matter. So this is the renter that I am sending to them to do a study. They also asked how much is the renter as well, because they wanted to expand as well. Option to buy ready facility, buy a land to build, and also to rent. three options. So we also did a mapping for them to map out the surrounding proposed land and surrounding building for them to know. Actually, there are some in Kota Kemuning also. So we map out the surrounding land for them to check. But like just now I mentioned, I lose out to the market information. Actually, end up the client purchased the land near to DHL supply chain over here. Not from us, but from here. But this piece of land, I suppose I know where to get this piece of land, but I do not read the news. You see, this is a seller. It's called RGP Warehouse Solution. So apparently, Carbon Food wanted to bought this piece of land, but they cancelled the deal without my. I didn't read the news. If I happen to know this news, I would have already contacted the seller and then proposed this land to them. Actually, I have the land, but then I didn't. I lose out the market information. So the moral of the story is that reading is cost me how much?
A lot.
A lot, 6 figures at least. So a land actually transact for about 23 million. So our friend Bigfoot, someone leasehold, you know, leasehold also, but it's a good location. Carbon Food like it, for sure they also like it. Carbon Food, right? So sometimes you just have to pay attention to the news. See the news. Carbon Food cancel plan to purchase more land. In fact, certain property which being sold by the REITs recently, there's a building called Wisma Convas by Amanda Raya, also cancelled deal already. So that building back to the market is a cyber building, Wisma Canvas, something like that. So that is back to the market for sale. Yeah, something like that. This is very interesting. Okay. So yeah, 2023. Okay. So again, this is from Vcom Pro. So you can pull the data from the system and you can present to your prospect. Okay, the part 3, I will go through a quick run through about what's happening in the market in different regions, so that you have a quick overview about what's happening in the market. So first thing first, this is 2024 in terms of our domestic and foreign investment into Malaysia. So we are talking about 148 billion, 140, total 254 billion. So as you can see, not just about foreign, actually our domestic quite strong one, our domestic player, not just about foreigner, domestic player also spending a lot of money in terms of expansion. So you have to talk to them as well. So yeah, so as you can see the figure all the while around come close to 300 billion in terms of the projects. So there are this much of project, about 4,000 over projects as of September 2024. So this is the approved project in quarter 3, and this much being put in. So Invest Malaysia Facilitation Center and also tracked by MIDA is a new initiative by the government. So this one is helping the investor to get all the licensing and the progress in terms of incentive and licensing, manufacturing licensing, and all this they can track from this system. This is a special facilitation by MIDA. And the other one is called Invest Malaysia Facilitation Center, IMFC. The reason why government having this, because imagine when Johor investment arm, Selangor investment arm, Penang investment arm go to China for pitching, everyone wanted to pitch for customer, so there will be a not so healthy in terms of competition. That's why MIDA set up this Invest Malaysia facilitation to housing all the invest authority, so that only this is the one who can say, and then they will distribute and channel the different sector industry to different states, which towards to whatever industry that you're promoting. So this is their function. So again, the IFMC also helping to set up in terms of the employment pass, incentive, land matter, step matter. So investment advisory, custom clearance. This is to Singapore. This is Johor to Singapore, and also tax incentive. This also apply not just about industrial. It apply to commercial, because if you are doing certain thing like in KL, there is an authority called Invest Kuala Lumpur. So Invest Kuala Lumpur, they also helping up all this. So this is the market for KL. As you can see in KL, this much of money being invested so far. So there are 15.38 billion, 264 manufacturing project. Okay, in KL. So what's happening? So manufacturing, MCE holding automotive electronic parts. So automotive coming into where? Into Serenda. Do you all know Serenda now very hot? Bukit Berendam very hot, Rang very hot. Automotive. So when you think about automotive, where is the usual place? Yeah, Shalang also Shalang. Other states. Malacca, Aikoro, yes. Some more. Pahang is Pekan, Mercedes. And Kedah is Porsche assembly line. Yeah, actually now a lot in Klang Valley also, the China brand. There are a lot in China. Yeah, so this is something that how you interpret the market information, because if you know the supply chain of a MCE holding, you can already talk to them, the supply chain, in terms of the supplier. Okay, this is one. And then you have got like plastic packaging buyer looking for a land in 1.2 acre in Shalang. Okay, this is one. French Fabers being conducted in PFCC. So in PFCC we have this IC designing center, something like that in PFCC. They have all this. This is one of those. So again, manufacturing and also logistics, there are two different segments, because logistics and warehousing fall under services. So services, you have other joint venture between Sandabi and Logos. This is already up and running, selling fast. Okay, and also Laboratory also got amalgamation of two lands, and then we redevelop to a high rise. So there will be another 1.03 million square feet available in 2027, Q1. So great warehouse. So do you think this information useful or how? But it's all there. You just have to read and then apply. All there. All information. This is only part of it. Actually, there are a lot one. If I put it all there, it's whole day. But I'll just quick one. So Daiso, they built a regional distribution center in Pok Klang. If you drive through from Telotong to Westport, you can see the big warehouses, 1.7 million square feet, very near to IKEA distribution center. And then Tasco also construct 2 new warehouses in Northport. Tasco additional. Northport Malaysia increased the tonnage of the container yard. PKNS want to develop Carey Island into a port city, but don't know when. DHL Express launched a automated sorting system in KLIA. Okay, so these are the market news in Selangor. Again, data center is hot, especially in Selangor. Unfortunately, I got no expertise in data center. Anyone from data center before? We need expertise, because the spillover from Johor it now already come through to Selangor. As you can see, places like the Southview near to Masing Southview. There's also a data center there, Southview. Masing Southview. So these are the data center in Selangor. This is industrial park. That means big scale one, 100 acres. Masing Industrial Park in Sepang. So Alan, where's Alan? Alan, pow this one. Alan can pow this one already. It's nearby. So there will be another new project. So Eco Business Park, new coming. These are the new player welcoming into. This is in Puchalam. Puchalam is near to Rawang and also Almina East. Nearby there. And then IC Designer Park is in PFCC, okay, in Puchong. Okay. Second IC Designing Park in Cyberjaya. So Ellie, are you excited or not? NCT Sepang, come in. Sepang is good, huh? Oh, see, all these are good news. So you have to do a bit of research, huh?
Okay, just want to ask about the data center. This water supply is a big concern, right? So how shall we cater this for customers?
Usually they will talk to MIDA. Then MIDA will gather all the facilitator to sit in to have a meeting to get to know the power requirement, the water requirement, whether can meet or by when they can meet. So the MIDA and Invest Authority is the one who help you to answer this question.
So we link up MIDA and the client.
Yeah.
We need to link them up.
You need to link them up. Then MIDA will get the Shabas to come in. If it's in Johor, will be SAJ, different authority.
No, we go to Shabas and check.
No case, they only listen to federal. It's a federal government. Yeah, federal government. I see. So SolarVest and NCT announced the launching of phase 1 with 270 solar ready factory, 36 megawatts. But the large scale for now, like 1 gigawatt is happening in Johor, Itramas and UEM Sunrise, that kind. So that's the largest one. They also have it in Perak, a large scale industrial park with PV. So CLQ, anyone in CLQ segment? Central Labour Water, big business this one. CLQ. So Unitrade, hey, your friend Vince, Unitrade, your friend, building material acquired 2 acre of land to build CLQ of 7 blocks. So CLQ, TDJI also a CLQ with PMB, also our friends. So Glen Central, your friend, Kapat. TDJI, also your friend. So other so these are the market news. Negeri Besar to turn PJ Subang Shah Alam into a special economic zone. So again, what we have learned just now, highest, best possible use. So the industrial park here or the commercial park here, we have another new planning, new zoning, new all this. So a lot of activities. So from here, KL and Selangor, these are the incoming supply in terms of incoming unit and also planned. That means this is going to complete sooner. There are 990 units in different location. So Semenye in Kajang fall under Hulu Selangor. 142 units. Yeah, so this is something that you need to aware. 142 units. So Klang, yeah, Selina, Kafat, Klang, and then Petaling will be Shah Alam. Actually, Shah Alam, not much of new launching.
No land.
Zero.
No land.
Ile, Tada, zero. Okay. So plan means not yet built lah, but then plan already. So another 1,500. So you can see Klang, there are so many, especially Klang North and Klang South lah. Klang North means Kappa and beyond up north. Klang South means Banting side that stretch. IOI, Banting, Compass, Tiara, all this player. So this is top 10 transaction in Selangor. Top 10. Any friend inside? Who's your friend? Selena?
First one.
First one. This is your friend.
I know him.
You know him? Setiap halaman, you know your focus area. Setiap halaman. So Beranang, Kappa also. Setiap halaman 2 land here. Then this is in Kuala Selangor, PA. This is the company. This is a trustee. When you see trustee, usually is under a REITs. REITs bought as a trustee REITs yeah. So usually owned by trustee is by REITs. Okay, when you do the transaction checking, you saw this. These are the REITs usually. So these are another 5. Titan, Perfect CLQ. This was CLQ one. Tataran Esam, FN Global, another block. 3 block. FN Global. And this is REITs, another REITs. So this is a rental value in Chan Sao Lin between 240 to 340. Still cheaper than Penang. Penang I heard is 350. PDC area, right? PDC area expensive, PDC. Yeah. So these are the rental value, 233 in PJ area, and then detached factory is about 210 to 250. Detached about 190 to 230. These are the range. Belagong 130 to 160, 150 to 180. Okay, these are the range. So maybe Naziru, help me to play one of the video for Winston. This one. This is a video by Invest Selangor. It tells you how what is the investor perspective by coming into Selangor to set up their plant. What do they like about? So you can actually go through the video from here. There are different industry, so it's good for you to go through and learn from here.
大多数慢性疼痛的治疗方法都关注在错误的地方，他们关注的是症状，而不是身体上的疼痛。
Selangor has great potential to become the logistics gateway to Southeast Asia due to its solid investment policy, stability, and great infrastructure. AOP is a Taiwanese warehouse developer that provides integrated logistic technology into our smart warehouse. We are the largest institutional investor in Taiwan with warehouse portfolio over 1 million square meter. And we would like to bring our successful track records in technology with clients to Selangor to change the landscape of Malaysia logistics industry. Our client portfolio covers FMCG, e-commerce, retail, and industry requires cold chain. The